This will be the final lecture in our dashboard section. In this section, I'll give you some tips on how we can clean up our dashboard. So this is the dashboard that we have been working on in this section. You will find it on our website passingbi.com, or you can find it in the lecture files. So in order to clean up the dashboard that we have created, first we should assign this dashboard a title. So the view that we have over here is we're seeing sales by state for various subcategories. So in order to add a title for the dashboard, all we would need to do is we would need to click on this button right here which says show dashboard title, and a title will appear, and over here we can assign it a name. And currently the title, the dashboard one, where it's coming from is this right here, the title that we see on the bottom. It is always a good practice to assign the sheets and the dashboards that you create a name, so you can easily find them and pinpoint them later on. So let's give it a name right here instead of up there. So let's call it sales by subcategories. So we assigned it a name. Let's increase the size, change the color to a red color, or let's change it to a black. Click on apply. Let's put it in the middle and press OK. Let's move the image that we had created over here. Click on press shift and then drag and drop right above the filters that we already have in place. Let's remove the website that we had. Let's take this out, and let's take out these different text objects that we had created in our previous lectures. So the main thing that I wanted to show you over here was, as you can see, that these dashboards, not the entire dashboard is visible and not the entire space is being utilized. Like in this case, even though the dashboard is this small, only this much space is being used, and we have so much white space over here. Same thing in this dashboard, we have so much white space. In this dashboard, if we were to expand, so this much space is being used. This is still a good dashboard. So in order to utilize this white space that we have, what we can do is up here where it says currently it's being set on standard. So if we don't have a lot of values, we can change this standard to the entire view. But in this case, if we were to change this into entire view, the dashboard is not going to look right. So as you can see by this, in this case we can just change it to fit width, so the entire space over here is getting used. Same case over here, this has already been set to fit width. This one we can change it to the entire view, so the entire space is being utilized. Over here we can try the entire view. It doesn't make as much sense. We can probably remove this view and increase the size of the chart and keep entire view. In this one, the user would have to scroll down to see the rest of the figures. What we can do is maybe we can move this one over here to the bottom and move this to the right and move this to the left and decrease the size. And over here maybe we can do fit width, and this one we can do fit width as well. Let's change this chart to one of the bar charts that we had created, or let's include the sheet 9. Let's include the sheet 9 remove this and do entire view, and let's go ahead and change all the font to the same font. So we're gonna go formatting, workbook, change all font to one of my favorites, this one, and let's change all the worksheets to be size 9, black color, and let's increase maybe size 12 would make more sense. And let's go ahead and go to this worksheet, go to format, go to font, and let's change the default size to 12. For the worksheet, and then for the pane, let's change it to size 12. Let's go inside the dashboard and see why these are being shown the way they are. So let's go right here, go to format, go to measure values field, and let's try to increase the size. Let's go to measure names, go to black, change the title to size 11 or 10 maybe. Go to text, change this, remove the bold, change this to size 11. There you go. So now it looks a little bit more cleaner. Now let's go back to the dashboard. Let's make it so this image is taking the entire space. So let's do fit image and let's do center, so we can center the image. We probably don't need this. Let's decrease the size. Let's bring this down. And let's maybe remove this. And let's assign these a name. So sales by state, sales by segment, sales by let's not give this one a name. Let's give it a name of sales by subcategory. And let's change all the titles in the worksheet that we have and give it some shading. So we're gonna go formatting, dashboard, go to shading. Let's give it the title black shading, and let's maybe change the font to the white color. Let's go edit title. Let's give it a white color, and let's go to format, dashboard, and let's give all the worksheet titles shading, and let's bold it and let's color it black. Let's remove this white space that we have. you go. So now as you can see, it looks a lot more cleaner than what we had before. So this is how you would perform a cleanup on your dashboard. And we can perform even more cleanup by maybe bolding the different measure names. So this is how you would clean up your dashboard. So keep in mind this option right here to utilize the space that you have in your dashboard. If we wanted to add filters, we can go click on the worksheet, we can go to the drop down, go to filters, and depending on the fields that we have in the dashboard, we can include the filters. So if we wanted the subcategory filter, let's change this into a single value list, or let's change it into a multiple value drop down. Let's remove all the filters, and from here let's move it up right there, and from here the user can manually select what all he wants to see. And if we want this filter to be applied to the other worksheets, what we would need to do is go to the drop down, go to apply to worksheets, all using this data source. So now, depending on the selection that the user makes, these changes will be reflected throughout the dashboard. So this is how you can perform a cleanup